So here you have it. It's just some of the many rules that are being enforced here at the Capitol building grounds where pedestrians can only cross at the corner. The many laws that are yet to be established with COVID-19 vaccine distribution are certainly going to be a sight to be seen, because the vaccine distribution needs to, meet the demands or the supply needs of the mainstream, the people. All this is for the people. You know what I mean? It's not for the politicians, the lawmakers. It's for them to the extent of them being able to perform their jobs. But, it's mainly for the people. They represent the people. Peace. $1.50. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is as close as you can get to the Capitol building since time ago in the past, where you've been allowed to, practically talk to the Congress people. These days, it's practically impossible. But I'm making my way into the mainstream where funding for the COVID-19 vaccine should be available, where the people aren't receiving the vaccine, but law enforcement receiving it, the military is receiving it, medical staff is receiving it, the elderly is receiving it, and everybody's on the last of the list based on not having the same options or the same opportunity. Peace. $1.50. Yo, I just touched down, different district. COVID-19, the benefits to COVID-19, the stimulus check for COVID-19 is not quite in the same context from district to district, but it's like, if it's a hazard, then why wouldn't you have hazard pay? If you're in danger of dying, then certainly you would have the benefits of recurring payments for stimulus checks. So it's nothing less than what you would expect. Peace. $1.50. So basically what happened here, since the riots and the invasion at the Capitol building, they have a fence put up and there's no trespassing. You're not allowed on Capitol grounds. Well, you can see my consistency. I'm seeking the funding for the assistance of the distribution process, where the distribution process is got medical staff in the front of the line. You got law enforcement in front of the line. You got all these politicians in the front of the line, and people are dying on the flip side. Peace. $1.50. So as you see, everything's on its usual path here in this district. But I'm seeking funding, and the funding and the resources aren't available. I have to find the resources where the extremes won't allow the funding of the resources be located. I've made contacts, efforts to contact Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris and the White House and Federal Food and Drug Administration. Well, the extremes would suggest that it's nearly impossible to seek funding for the distribution process being assisted, where funds have been allotted. Funds have been allotted with the 1.9 trillion that was most recently released into the mainstream. Peace. $1.50. So all throughout history, you had the plague, you had AIDS virus, you had Spanish fever, you had all these different diseases and challenges of history, the World Trade Center being attacked. Things are what they are to some extent. It's like history doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly has challenges that people are always going to be exposed to it. It's never going to be a good day every day, but you can depend on it being a good day before it's not a good day. Peace. $1.50. So you see, there is peace in Washington, D.C. The Ducks are just enjoying the usual day of peace in Washington, D.C. Peace. $1.50. So in an attempt to seek funding, to seek the distribution of the vaccine, of the stimulus checks and the vaccine in the same place, I ended this location. Peace. Dolla50.